You were wonderful to me. You were wonderful to me.
The new Air One with Shafe and Lee.
Hey, I have something to tell you guys. So, I think this was like 5 months ago, maybe. I'm not too sure. But this attorneys, rights lawyers for children, or for students, I think it's called. They contacted me and they heard about my story and they contacted me and they said, oh well, we're gonna send you something, and they made it sound like that it was gonna be like through the mail, and so I never signed it. And then they called me just maybe like a week or two ago, and they were like, so we didn't get your signature. And I was like, signature? And then they explained, like, you know, it's an electronic signature over on, you know, online. And I was like, oh shoot, well, you know, and I explained that I was told that, you know, it was going to come in the mail, is what it sounded like. So then, but I made it sound like more professional, and because these are our attorneys that I'm speaking to. So I said my understanding was it was blank and blah 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 blah. And so then they were being nice about it, and then you know, okay, so and then they explained, and so I filled everything out, and so all my son's release forms for the forms for his information were signed. And then they called me, because today's Friday, so they called me Wednesday, and they were like, oh, they said that the school won't mail it to us. They live like so their office, the students' rights lawyers, their office is somewhere by El Monte or something. It's the city right next to El Monte. And then sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. So what they're trying to say is, sorry if you can't hear me because my air's on. So so they told me that I would have to go pick it up. So I went to the school district right now, and they were open and everything, and I guess it was like a sub, and like she's like, no, we don't have that information. And then I said, what about Kaleo or Igarda? Like, he's the you know, I've spoken to him many times throughout the years, and he's the school district's the special needs, he's head of the special needs. Can't find my words today, but I just said what he did like a minute ago, and then I lost. So he's not special needs coordinator, but he's the head of special needs. I know what the title is, I just can't think of it right now. So then he comes out, and like, I know he's frustrated. He's like, oh well, he told me that he told me that they couldn't find, oh, Stephanie's usually in here and we can't find your paperwork. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
This is weird. Like, I didn't want to come to the school district for nothing. So I just told him, well, are you sure you guys can't find it? Oh no, we can't find it. So then I called the attorneys, and they were like, get something that's proof that you were there, you know, so they're not lying. And I was like, okay. So then he goes, oh, could you come on Monday? Come Monday morning, and we'll have it ready for you, because you need to sign something before we give it to you. So then I have to go and sign something and drive like maybe 45 minutes from there. But I think it's all worth it, because this is completely free, and I'm just so blessed that they were able to contact me again and just remind me that, you know, you need to sign it this way, not this way, and everything's all online. So then I figured it out on my own. Also, the reason why I want my son to have an attorney right away is because in September, it's going to be September again next month, but I'm saying last year, September 2018, my son got punched in the face by a kid named Nathan, or punched right here. He had a bruise. And I didn't find out until we got home. It was like a big, huge, like swollen bruise. And I didn't find out until we got home. Actually, I was about to open the door, the front door, and my son said, ow, ow. And then I said, oh, ow. Like, and then I got eye level to him because I'm like much taller than him right now. He's not even 10 yet. He'll be 10 in 30 days. But to make a long story short, so I was able to get eye level with him, and then that's when I seen the injury. I took a picture of it and some good lighting at the store, and I was like, okay, this is bad. Like, I had so much anxiety. Like, I didn't show it on the outside, but definitely I talked to my friend's brother is a police officer here in the city, or the next city over, which is the school that he goes to. And so I talked to them, and they were super sweet, super nice, super helpful. They gave me a lot of tips on what to do, and I was like, yeah, I go, the principal could have called me that same day and said, because I had let the principal know, I left him a message. I left a message with his secretary, and I also wrote him a letter, and I continued to write him letters. And then, so, cut to me waiting on that principal. I had let the police officer know. I go, he could have called me and said, I'm so sorry. He could have spent 2 minutes out of his day to say I'm so sorry, and then he kept counseling our meetings, and I was like, no, we needed to meet up right away, right when this happened. And so then so I think this happened on a Tuesday, and then Wednesday we went to the doctor, and the doctor said it was definitely a bruise. So then I think it was Thursday at lunchtime. I had no clue that the teacher was going to be there. So at lunchtime she has to pass where I guess there's nobody there, so I had no witnesses really, except for a really mean aide that's not on my side, definitely, because I'm a mother that if I see something wrong, if I see my son being injured, I'm not just gonna stay quiet, and so many people have tried to hurt him, and it is sad, it's a depressing thing that people try to knock us over every single day. And it's not every day, it's not, random people, it's people at the school, and that's not right. And so to make a long story short, my son had gotten punched here, then 4 weeks later, scratches from here to wrist, shoulder to wrist, and not just one scratch, it was deep scratches, bruise scratches, someone is trying to attack him. And even the regional center, my caseworker, I think his name is Chow or Chu or something, Mr. Chow was saying, that at the IEPs that he attends with me, he's like, definitely Joshua's being attacked, it might be happening in the bathroom. So the first time I've ever heard my child say punch, or maybe the longest sentence he said in a while was, Mom, I got punched. So when I found out about the punch, here's what happened. Found out, okay, so I go, Josh, did something fall on you? It's a really red and swollen there. I said, did something fall on you? And he said, no, Mom. And I said, so you fell, right? You fell at school? No, Mom. I didn't think of to say, did somebody hit you? And then after a couple seconds later, I got punched, Mom. I said, you got punched? What do you mean? You mean you fell? I got punched, Mom. So I said, who? Tony. So at first he said Tony did it, but he has a cousin named Nathan. So then maybe a couple weeks later he did say Nathan hit me, and I said, where at? I said, was it in the bathroom? Was it inside? At the field? He said, at the field. I was like, are you sure? And I kept giving him options. You mean maybe it was inside, right? No, at the field, Mom. So this is the most I've ever really heard words come out of his mouth, and if not, it was the most that he's ever said that whole month, I guess. But yeah, and I wrote everything down that my son said, and I had turned it into the principal, and I said, this is what happened. And while I was finishing up the letter, writing it, I'm a busy mom, I'm just that day maybe I shouldn't have gone to the gym or something, because then I would have missed the teacher being in the office. So she was in the office while I was finishing up writing it, and she got so close to my face, really, really it inches from my face, and she got really mad, real close, was yelling at me, this did not happen, And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm not going to deal with this right now. This happened. So, I mean, let me finish writing my letter. I was like, I know you got my message and my letter. So I was like, the principal's turn to get a letter. So I was like, we'll talk about this later. I was like, I wanted to tell her, okay, you should be over there eating your food to get back to the children, not harassing me. So then she continues to yell at me. I don't know if she yelled at me like after the school or like day later when like my son was walking around like this, and like he does this at home sometimes too, where he'll like bump his hand by accident on the wall, and that's fine. She's like maybe like a day or two later, she's like,